Namaste. I kindly welcome all Purna Kalvi subscribers and my dear friends for our global meditation. Let us all concentrate the Divine Mother in, in us and chant Om 5 times. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Aravindaya. Om Anandamayi. Om Chaitanyamayi. Om Satyamayi. Om Parame. O Lord, with full faith, love and surrender, we are ready for Thy victory. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. Mantras of the Mother. 8th October. At each moment of our life, in all circumstances, the grace is there helping us to surmount all difficulties. With my blessings, Mother. 9th October. Thy divine triumph is so perfect that every obstacle, every ill will, every hatred rising against him is a promise of a vaster and still complete victory. With my blessings, Mother. We can offer it inside the Mother who is being a part of our life. Prayers and meditations. October 8, 1914. The joy that is contained in activity is compensated and balanced by the perhaps still greater joy contained in withdrawal from all activity. When the two states alternate in the being or even simultaneously conscious, the felicity is complete. For them, O Lord, Thy plenitude is realized. The felicity is complete, for then, O Lord, Thy plenitude is realized. O Divine Master, Thou hast granted to me the infinitude of divine contemplation, the perfect calm of Thy eternity, and through an identification with our Divine Mother, the All-Realizer, Thou hast permitted me to participate in her sovereign power, to be conscious and active. In the omnipotent bliss of Thy infinitude, I bow to Thee. Let us offer the works of Sri Aurobindo, Sri Aurobindo's guidance, Nagin Doshi, the year 1933. Food and forces. Question: I always take salt with curds and vegetables. Is it good? Sri Aurobindo: it is not good. On the seashore, one ought not to take too much salt. Salt in curds is always bad for health. X says that a little pepper should be taken with certain kinds of fruits. She got this bit of advice from you. It is very strange. Pavitra himself gives me daily pamplemousse with sugar, never with salt and pepper. So, how I could have written that, I do not know. There must have been a mistake somewhere, either in my writing or her reading. Pepper is not to be eaten with fruits. It is very bad, for it would spoil the effect of the fruit. Question: is not a greedy desire for food and drink a movement of the vital being? Can it be felt as a physical need? Sri Aurobindo: yes, the first effect of such a desire is on the physical. Question: Why told me that if anything comes to us without our asking for it, we should not reject it. For example, someone offers us sweetmeat. We may accept it, but we should not be depressed when things desired by us are not given to us. What do you say about that? Sri Aurobindo. How can such a rule stand? Supposing someone comes and offers you meat or wine, can you accept it? Obviously not. 100 other instances could be given where the rule would not stand. What the mother gives or allows you, you can take. How is it that some people enjoy outside food without feeling any struggle? Sri Aurobindo. It creates no conscious struggle if one does not care for the sadhana. It creates no conscious struggle if one does not care for the sadhana, but even then it accumulates bad forces which end either in illness or some other adverse result. Question. People who take outside food fall ill very often. Do they suffer merely because of the food or because they have been disobedient? Sri Aurobindo. For both reasons. The food is bad or full of bad influences. Also, they create a struggle in themselves between the yoga force and a foreign force. Glory to Sri Aurobindo. Salutation to the presence, to the treasure of light, salutation. Salutation to the Deva, the life of our life. Salutation to the Guru. Thy glance initiates, thy thought protects. Thy Shakti, the Mother's grace, instructs a marvel on the earth plane to witness thy emblem, the aureate splendor thou didst keep on thy body of earth. In the body of light thou liveth. We'll offer it to the Mother. The Sunlit Path by the Divine Mother. To know what love is. If one wants to know what love is, one must love the Divine. Then there is a chance of knowing what love is. I have said that one grows into the likeness of what one loves. So, if one loves the Divine, gradually, through the effort of love, one grows more and more like the Divine. And then one can be identified with the Divine love and know what it is. Otherwise, one can't. Inevitably, love between two human beings, whatever it may be, is always made of ignorance, lack of understanding, weakness, and terrible sense of separation. It is as though one wanted to enter the presence of the unique splendor, and that the first thing one did was to put a curtain, 2 curtains, 3 curtains between oneself and that splendor. And one is quite surprised to have only a vague impression and not at all the thing itself. The first thing to do is to remove the curtains, to take them all away, to go through and find oneself in the presence of the splendor. And then you will know what that splendor is. But if you put veil after veil between it and yourself, you will never see it. You may have a sort of vague feeling like, oh, there is something, but that's all. Let us offer. Glory to sadhana. That alone is all this that is commenced, visible and invisible, mobile and immobile, say the seers of the scriptures. Of this world, when was the beginning, where the end is, whence and wherein has it thus come to light, Who knows that is born of man? We offer it to the Mother. Sri Aurobindo's The Life Divine. As you all know, when we read Life Divine, let us be receptive of the words as mantras. Let it flows into our mind and body and into our inner parts of the being. Chapter 22, Rebirth and Other Worlds, Karma, the Soul, and Immortality. Mortals, they achieved immortality. Rig Veda. Our first conclusion on the subject of reincarnation has been that rebirth of the soul in successive terrestrial bodies is an inevitable consequence of the original significance and process of manifestation in earth nature. But this conclusion leads to further problems and further results which it is necessary to elucidate. Let us offer. There arises first the question of the process of rebirth. If that process is not quickly successive, birth immediately following death of the body. If that process is not quickly successive, birth immediately following death of the body, so as to maintain an uninterrupted series of lives of the same person. If there are intervals, that in its turn raises the question of the principle and process of the passage to other worlds. If there are intervals, that in its turn raises the question of the principle and process of the passage to other worlds. Which must be the scene of these intervals and return to earth life. A third question is the process of spiritual evolution itself and the mutations which the soul undergoes in its passage from birth to birth through the stages of its adventure. A third question is the process of the spiritual evolution itself and the mutations which the soul undergoes in its passage from birth to birth through the stages of its adventure. Let us offer prayers. Prayer to Mother India. O our Mother, O Soul of India, Mother who has never forsaken thy children, even in the days of darkest depression, even when they turned away from thy voice, served other masters and denied thee, now, when they have arisen, and the light is on thy face in this dawn of thy liberation, in this great hour we salute thee. Guide us so that the horizon of freedom opening before us may be also a horizon of true greatness and of thy true life in the community of the nations. True life in the community of the nations. Guide us so that we may be always on the side of great ideals and show to men thy true visage as a leader in the ways of the Spirit and a friend and helper of all the peoples. Let us offer prayer to the Spirit of Auroville. As we are the center of access, Auroville connects all the souls from different parts of the world. Let there be light through them, and Mother's light and force and joy and peace and happiness, grace and protection be imparted to the people, to the fellow humanity, with wide and extended consciousness. Dear Mother, let our aspiration is to live thy love, to radiate thy love with such potency and effectiveness that all may feel fortified, regenerated, and illumined by our contact. To have power to heal life, to relieve suffering, to generate peace and calm confidence, to efface anguish and replace it by the sense of one true happiness, the happiness that is founded in Thee and never fades, O Lord. O marvelous friend, O all-powerful Master, penetrate all our being, transfigure it till Thou alone livest in us and through us. Let us offer Dear Mother, we thank each subscriber and our family as listeners of Purna Kalvi. A heartfelt gratitude for their love and support. Let each one's well-being and their family blessed by your love and grace. Let us offer Om 5 times for this beautiful satsang of first year of Purna Kalvi from Auroville. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Lord. Thanks, my dear other selves. Greetings from Auroville.